I jumped. Mm-hmm. Coming.
I'm getting in here.
Okay. You got about 3 minutes. Hey, Arthur. How are you? Long time no chat. I think we were just talking on G's video. We actually recorded that a couple days ago, or yesterday, or something like that. But hacks for the homesteader. I wonder which one we're talking to. Is it Darren or Patty?
Hi, Darren.
Good evening, sweet savory words. We are doing amazing. Yeah, I like those videos, Arthur, with G. You know, he is an interesting guy, and we have a lot of fun. I certainly like poking at him. Let me move my camera over here so that we can get looking directly at the camera. That'd be probably nice, huh? Instead of looking at the side screen. Oh, it's Darren. What's up, Darren? Yeah, but I do like doing those videos with G, mainly because I get to poke at him. Well, we're going to wait one more minute just because I like being on time. I know B's like, can we get going, please? Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. All right. Building fence. Oh,
I'm jealous.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that. Hey, Joanne. Yeah, building fence. I have so much fence to build. I've got 4,500 feet of steel pipe fence to put in. And I am not, oh my goodness.
I can't wait.
I'm not looking forward to it at all. Julia, good evening from Nebraska. You know, I was born in Ainsworth, Nebraska. And B, her family comes from, the Syracuse area in Nebraska.
Lincoln.
Yeah, Lincoln, that area up there. I love Nebraska. Actually, my first choice for a homestead property was just across the line in Nebraska, but I couldn't get it pulled off. But so we ended up close. But all right, it's 7. You want to get rolling?
Yep.
All right, so let's get rolling. Hey, before we get into all of these comments from the last 5 or 6 videos, and then whatever comments you guys have tonight, there's a couple laundry items I got to get to real quick. So the first one is Honey Hollow Homestead reached out to me. And down there in Kentucky, as I know all you guys know, there's a bunch of floods and things going on. And there's some of these homesteaders and farmers down there. Oh, yep. I know where you're at. Anyway, there's these homesteads down there and these farms that are really suffering. And they're suffering because they can't feed their animals. And, they're suffering because of the damage that was done. So as we speak, I'm going to post the GoFundMe. Hey, Bare Bottom Homestead. I'm going to post down in there. So if you guys can find it in your hearts to help out, do. If you can't do that, make sure you send a prayer of good vibes to a lot of people suffering. We can prepare you guys for a million different things, and we all do. But there are some things that are just pretty hard to prepare for. And what they went through down there in Kentucky, that's pretty heinous. And I couldn't imagine trying to raise animals, through that. Yep, Jasper, Mom, you're late. I knew you were late. It's all good. All right, a couple of the laundry items real quick. So the next thing is I'm going to send a video out here probably tomorrow or the next day. I have become aware of a piece of property around our community. It's 32 acres. There's nothing on it but woods. There's a couple little small spots that maybe you could put, that somebody could put a house up in, but it's pretty much, bare. I know the guy who's selling it really, really well. I do have some influence. Hey, Deb, here's my good friend, Deb. Good. Glad you're here. So anyway, this property's coming up for sale. I'm going to do a video on it and kind of explain the process. And, you guys, I've told you guys many times that one of my goals is to build a town. And one of those processes of building that town is to move as many like-minded people in as we can. So I'll get that posted pretty quick. Last item, then we'll get moving on. So I'm going to be speaking at the Self-Reliance Festival on October the 1st in Camden, Tennessee. I'm going to be down there just talking about freedom. And so for those of you who are coming to the Midwest Preparedness Project, I will be there throughout everything except Saturday. I'm going to leave actually the Midwest Preparedness Festival Friday night and drive as far as I can drive to get as close as I could get so that I can go and, speak down there at that festival. So just want to let you know.
Did you say October? October.
Yeah, October. I'll be speaking on October the 1st. But the Midwest Preparedness Festival is the 3 days before the day I'm speaking and the day after. So I just wanted to make sure. I know there's a lot of you that are coming to the festival, and I just want to make sure that I was clear, and up front from the beginning that I will not be there on Saturday. I will be there the other days, but I will just not be there on Saturday because I'm going to go speak in Camden. Arthur says looking for land, but not that much. Yeah, it's hard to find something smaller out here. It just really is. Even finding something at 32 acres is hard. Most of the land that comes up here is several hundred acres, and that's a lot harder to deal with. But I will keep posting it. We're going to build a town one way or the other. So I'm going to keep posting land as I see them. Pack Rat says we ran into the same thing in Tennessee last year, 17 inches in one evening. Most of Waverly washed away right near Camden where you'll speak. And I can't even imagine that.
17 inches.
Yeah, 17 inches. Man, it would just cause so much damage. Water is this beautiful thing. We go swim in our pond but it can be so destructive, at the exact same time. So, yeah, just crazy. Carl Price, 64. How are you, sir? Hey, I was going to mention this in the comments as we get a little bit further, but I want to just thank you for your generosity and your kindness. It's just amazing to see these, amazing people out there. And Carl, I'm going to tell you something. I've got something special headed your way. So you'll just have to see it when you get there. Yep. Sugar Creek Homestead says they're going to try to make the festival on October 1st and 2nd. Grumpy Acres, what's up? Yep. Okay, good deal. I think I brought up that Jasper's mom was late. So I think I got those. Did I mention that Jasper's mom was late?
Yes.
Did I mention that?
Yeah, once.
Okay. Jasper's mom was late. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to kind of start going through some of the questions from our videos, and then I'll just bounce back and forth to the ones that come up. Okay, well, Jasper's mom says, Glenn and I were saying 32 acres is a lot, and we just can't afford that much. I wouldn't know what to do with all that. I'm going to tell you, you say that, and, as we continue to build and as the farm continues to expand, I sit at night quite often and dream about what I'm going to do with all of it. And I'm going to tell you, the only thing that I wish I had more of was land.
Woods.
Yeah, the more the merrier, the more resources. Good evening, Glenn. So anyway, the first question on all the videos came from American Roots Farm. And you guys know I've said this before. I'm a big fan of that channel. They're a small channel. But I'm going to tell you something. They're absolutely doing it the right way. They're living free. They're holding the line. They're doing the things they need to be doing. And I'm very, very proud of them. And they're very articulate. But anyway, this is in reference to the Living Well video. And if you remember, we were talking about, just treating people good and living on the good side of things. And that if you do that, karma and, good things come back and happen to you. So American Root says, this is such a blessing. I'm literally sitting here bawling. Joe, this is her husband, says, that's so cool. What a blessing. He looks at me and of course I'm crying. And he says, you're so funny, which is funny. That's pretty much what I say every time you cry.
Yeah.
My heart was just so full of joy. I couldn't help but cry. Tag, I'm so happy for you. That is one more step to living free. And there is a blessing for that man. I am praying for the restoration with his kids. And you never know. Maybe the love UNB showed him will soften his heart to approach the pain. Life is too short. True friends are a rarity in this world, and UNB are true friends. Such an uplifting story. God is so good. Yeah, there is, let me say my hellos here. What do we got here?
Hi, Pippin.
Hey, Glenn. Hey, Pippin, what's up? So I want to get back to Carl Price had a great point I want to get back to, but I want to address this comment real quick. So there's so much to this, and it's so interesting to me. You guys just give me goosebumps. I had so many comments about the blessings that he received, and I'm sitting here thinking about like almost feeling guilty.
Yeah, it was unexpected.
Yeah,
and just so heartwarming.
Yeah, he just doesn't have a family, and apparently we got adopted.
That's okay.
I'm not quite sure how that worked. But just super neat American roots. And thank you so much for the comment. It gives me goosebumps that it can impact other people like that. And there's some huge lessons in it. And I'm glad that it got through. And I have a lot of more comments on this video if we get to them. Arthur says, depending on the price, might be doable with plans to subdivide. Yes, if we could get a couple people that would be interested in. But here's one thing you got to know about where I live because of where we are rural. You have to have at least 20 acres to be considered a farm. So if you want to actually have farm accounts and be able to do things, tax-free and, some of them other things, you have to keep it at 20, which is what makes a 32-acre parcel hard. If it was 40, right, then you can end up with two farms. But maybe that's important to some people. Maybe that's not. But I think that's absolutely doable, Arthur. Carl Proust says, agree, Grumpy Acres, especially if you have livestock, the more the better. Amen to that. Julia says, if you would like woods, it sounds like you should consider that land. Then you'd have a resource that you could offer if and when a member of your community comes along. Yeah, if that piece of property was attached to my property, I would have already bought it. It'd have never made it this far.
Right.
I'm just saying, I just would have already bought it. Especially we were talking about the Living Well video and the sawmill. And this land's just full of big trees. I'd be cutting up lumber and clearing property, and oh my goodness. Jasper Mom says, we were talking last night, starting with a few acres until we learn to do the things, then we can always expand. Yeah, I think this is an important point that everyone should point out, and people ask me all the time, about how we got, so far with all that we did and all that stuff, but it's just a bite at a time. Just one little project after another little project, another little project. And I work for a slave driver who's always on vacation. And so that helps, motivate me. Lucy, good evening. Cheryl, good evening. Tiger Paw, good evening. Jasper Mom said, I never even thought about that. I haven't learned homesteading, let alone farm. It's hard, guys. I mean, living free is not free. And I've said this in the videos and all that. It is a lot of work. I get up when the sun comes up, and I'm usually up, at it, way after dark, as many of you guys know. Sweet Savory Words says maybe a couple of people can go in together on the 32 acres. 2 ways is 16. 16 a res. I don't know what that means, but 3 ways is 4. Just do yourself a favor that each partner can pay in full. You don't want to get into that. Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm not a big fan of partnerships, but we're going to absolutely get some like-minded families into this property. Julie says with that lumber, you got to build in side gig while you're clearing the land to farm and or build. Yeah, not only a side gig, but have you seen the prices of lumber? Yeah. I would not be opposed to building, my house out of, 2x6 oak studs. I mean, that thing would be there forever. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. Grumpy Acre says, be prepared for failure. It's how we learn. Yeah. A bunch of us need to get together and do another failure video because they are everywhere.
There are challenges.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, all the time. Yeah.
I've said in earlier videos that maybe the judge of how good of a homesteader we are is how well we can bounce between the hurdles. Because it's always something. I mean, just today, this is obviously small examples, but we were trying to move some firewood today because we want to stock up for the winter, so that I'm not doing it in the cold. The Polaris is pulling the trailer. It smells like burning rubber. Something is going on. Get that kind of taken care of, get off of that. I send,
get on the skid loader,
get it across the pond to pick up some logs. It just dies.
It died.
And come to find out, my negative battery terminal, the cable was kind of coming loose. So had to come back, get an end, get the crimpers, go back over there.
You did fix it. You found it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So is it running?
Yes,
is it back up?
That's fine. Yep. Everything's good.
A battery cable.
It was a negative battery cable is all it was.
It fell off.
No, it was just the connection was loose. And so when I reached down in there to kind of play with it to figure out what was going on, it just popped right off. So it was just holding on by a thread underneath the sleeve, so I couldn't see it. And so we just had to rebuild it, but it's fine. It isn't a big deal, but it just seems to me
is that normal?
What's normal?
Well, I
I
mean,
wanna
I've
hear your
never
definition.
had a battery cable fall apart. So is that like, yeah, that's happened to me before? Or
Yeah.
are you? No, that's never happened to me before. First time for everything.
Yeah.
We learn as we learn as we go.
We learn as we go. Yeah.
Well, now you know how to fix that.
Right. Another thing to add to the mental judo list, right? Joanne,
I'm glad you fixed it.
Yeah, it's ready to go. And tomorrow, I've got to move all that roofing for the pod 4 and all that stuff. So it's good to go. Joanne says, hard work, but satisfying. You bet. It is super hard work, but guys, I'm living free. And,
Amen.
I am living it. I am living it every day free. And, a week could go by here and I don't even see another human being or even, hear another human being or,
Yep.
I'm in my own little world. I've actually got to force myself to get out a little bit, which is nice. Packrat says, remind me roughly where you all tag and be, where you are. Okay. Yeah. So we're in the northeast corner of Kansas. And when we talk just a little bit about that real quick, because I think this is important. So when I post this video on this land, I'm going to post a picture of the land, but I'm not going to post coordinates. I'm not going to post any of those things. And for those people who are interested, this might sound I don't know, harsh or whatever it is, but I'm going to ask a handful of questions before I divulge exactly where it is, because we want some control as far as who's coming in and out. Now, it's not, religious or political. I don't care about all that stuff. It's just, I want to make sure that, we're getting good people in here, because in the end, one bad egg will disrupt a whole bunch of good that we've worked many, many years to build. Okay, I got to figure out where I was here. Carl Price, back at you. Arthur says, just keep us posted. Who knows what the Lord intends? Amen. Absolutely, amen. And guys, we're going to get a like-minded family in. I'm telling you, over these next 4, 5, 6, 8 years, we're going to go from a nice, beautiful handful of homesteaders to a double handful of homesteaders, and something where we can control the environment here a little bit, our own economics. We can work together. B and I are going. When are we going to do that with all those other homesteads coming up here pretty quick? Don't mention the name. Remember her young man worked out here? Don't mention his name.
Oh, yeah. August 12th.
Yeah, so a bunch of homesteads, not even really in our circle, are going to get together and talk about how we can do more in business together. How we can control our own economics a little bit, and B and I will be attending. Hey, Timothy Reed. Grumpy Acres says negative. Maybe it was just in a bad mood. Yeah, maybe the negative battery terminal. It was just in a bad mood.
Well, fix it.
Yeah. So Jonathan says, "Hey, Tag, thanks for the help lately, bud. I am all in. If you're interested in living free, you're interested in spreading the message of living free, I'm 100% in. I will help in any way that I can." Says he's got to follow up with me about that land. Yep.
Just send a private message.
Yep. Just send me an email, tag@lifedonefree.com. You'll get right to me. I'm super responsive. I've responded to 100% of the emails I've received. Jasper Mom says, Arthur Leslie, exactly. Yep. Amen. Sweet savory words. You can sticker your lumber and pay an inspector to grade your lumber. You need inspected lumber to build with to get it insured. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if that's true where we live or not. I'm going to have to ask that.
Nobody's ever asked.
I've got lots of connections in the insurance business. So sweet savory words, I'm going to ask about that. Grumpy Acres Mud Dancer in the house. Yoda to Mud Dancers here.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know why you didn't film your mud dance. I mean, I'm telling you, Yoda, that would have gone viral. Hey, Lucy, how are you? Hope your phone stops acting up. Patty says, I guess we need to visit more often. We do. You guys do need to visit more often.
Rocky Top Ranch is here. Yeah,
Rocky Top Ranch. I just got done mowing those weeds along your roadside in time to get on here and join you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. So Rocky Top was with a skid loader mowing down some brush on the backside of my property while B was lollygagging up here, and I was working on getting this video going. So
yep.
You're still on vacation.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Grateful Hearts says, greetings, everybody. Hey, Grateful Hearts, how are you?
Good evening.
Yep. Okay, Packrat says, Tennessee is income tax free. We can use neighbors like you. Have no idea what state
you are even in.
you were even in, I would assume. I'm in Kansas.
He's in
Oh,
Tennessee.
JS is who they're talking to, I think. Okay, got it. Arthur Leslie, I may be old, but I come with a wealth of skills and knowledge to make up for. Guys, age, this is, I've run into this a lot. I've had a lot of older people. I say older, look at my beard.
Yeah, we are older.
Yeah, I mean, I'm approaching that to get in, but I'm going to tell you, I learned so much. And like we talked about the video Living Well and the old guy with the sawmill, he's taught me the world. That guy's a genius. I mean, to see him he spent 50 years behind the wheels of a dozer. To watch him just create like art, it's almost like butter. I mean, just amazing to me. And you can ask me, I would sit out when he was working back there on the pond. I could sit out on my lawn chair with a glass of chocolate milk because I'm a chocolate milk guy. And I know how embarrassing, huh? I'm like an 8-year-old. I would, you're not even going to comment, are you?
No.
I would sit out back and just watch him carve. And it was just absolutely amazing.
I always thought he was going to like tip it or something. He's got lots of courage on his bulldozer.
Yeah. Sweet Savory Word says, depending on your temperature and moisture as to how long that lumber had to dry out before getting an inspector. This is actually something I would like to learn more about. I've got a whole bunch of hardwood lumbers down, walnut and oak, and a lot of these that we did from the pond that I'm just waiting to put through. They've been down since last July. So I guess about a year. Yeah. I'm interested to see how that works out. Hey, Spags, what's up,
Hi,
buddy?
Bobby.
Yep, Spags and I got a new series of videos coming up here pretty soon. Lucy, Mr. Tag, I'm hoping to get myself a laptop. I lost mine in a house fire. So when I can afford it, I'll get it. Yeah, guys, Lucy, I've been trying to encourage Lucy to put a channel out there because, man, that girl's a Terminator. And I call her that all the time. And I hope that's not an offensive term, but she sent me pictures. That was today or yesterday of her her hand washing machine that she uses to wash his clothes. Man, we can learn a lot from you, Lucy. Every single person in this channel can learn a lot. Hey, Teepaw, good evening to you. Yep, Glenn, hello. Jonathan, got a question.
Kansas.
I think I heard you mention geothermal cooling in a video. It was the first I'd ever heard of it. Researched and seems so awesome. Did you ever do a video about it? Guys, I didn't. And the reason why I didn't is, I didn't start this channel till about, 5 months ago. And I never intended to start a channel. And until I got into the mandates and the world pissed me off to where I said, I'm going to go preach freedom, I didn't film any of that early stuff. And I really wish that I would have. But I'll tell you this, Jonathan, that somebody in this room is getting a new building, right?
Yes.
And in the bottom of that building, what goes in there? Right? Geothermal.
Yeah, I was going to say concrete, but yes.
Beneath the concrete.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to build Bethany.
Oh, so you're, yeah. Keep going.
Yeah. I'm going to build Bethany a Wallapini, and in the bottom of it, I'm going to put a simplified version of geothermal in so that I can regulate the temperature inside in the wintertime. And we're going to actually try to do some citrus and some of that stuff through the winter. So we'll see if it works or not.
It'll work.
Yeah. Randy says, electrolysis will eat away at ground cables. I run into that all the time in my shop. Okay. Check those cables clean and brush, put electrical lube on them. Yeah, that's actually really, really, really good advice. And Hacks for the Homestead's here, and he's been working on cars his whole life. And I'm 100% sure, Randy, he would agree with you. And that's something I really wish that I was better at. Like, I can do the basics, but I'm just not a great mechanic. And maybe I'll go take a class at a community college or something, because I would really love to learn. Definitely be careful talking about 100-acre plots. Sweet Savory Word says, definitely be careful talking about 100-acre plots. We have gates and foreigners looking for large pieces of land. So this is why I kind of do it the way I do it. This land's not listed, and it's not going to be listed anytime soon. In fact, I may be the only person that knows it's coming up for sale. And I've got a lead on it, and I have a certain amount of window that it's going to stay that way before they list it. So they can look at it all they want. They're not going to find it, at least for a short period of time. So I'm hoping we can put somebody in there first, but great advice.
Before it gets listed, right?
Yeah, Grumpy Acre says it's weird being the same age as old people. Well,
For
this is Yoda on here. And so you guys know what? She's 10 years my senior and 14 years yours. Is that right? Is that right?
At least.
At least. Yeah. Well, I'm not there yet, but I'm just going to trust you, Yoda. Poor Yoda. Julia says, Snort, hubby and I both turned 70 this year. Hey, congratulations. Congratulations. Lucy says, you and B are so amazing. I wish I lived closer. Would love to meet B. Your gardens are so beautiful. I mean, I'm going to tell you guys what, the gardens are on fire. Kind of literally. I mean, you know, we've got a lot of temperature out here. It's hot. And, but we're coping with it fine. I mean, B posted a couple pictures of, I don't even know, 500 peppers in the back of her Kubota on Facebook the other day. And so we're getting lots of produce right now. We're actually spending a lot of time. Who's we?
We. Me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me is spending a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay. Where do we go here? Okay. Jasper Mom says, I'm older and a little nicked, bumped, and bruised, but I still have heart and hope. Oh, heck yeah.
I like that.
Yep. Grumpy Acres says heart and hope equal spirit. Keep it up. Yep. Jane L. Caudill. Hello. Hey, how you doing, bud? Sweet Savory Words. You're going to need to get the moisture in your lumber down to 4% moisture to build with it. I'm pretty sure it is 4% moisture. Yeah, I'll look that up. This is something, again, I don't know if I could build. I've seen some videos on like a solar kiln that maybe you could build out of a bus or something like that. That'd be a good project for Rocky Top Ranch, who's in there. You know, he's real inventive that way. I think we could probably come up with something. Carl Price says Sweet Savor, most lumber at Lowe's is around 11% moisture. Well, that'd probably be easier to get to than 4. Yep, solar kiln, Carl. It's exactly what I was thinking. Jasper Mom says, laugh out loud. I remember when I thought 21 was old, and then I thought my mom being 40 was old.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it since I turned 50 in February.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be 50 in a handful of months here. I'm 49 today, so I'm about to be there. So I don't feel old. I mean, my brain feels like it's 20. Now my body don't, but.
Right.
Grumpy Acre says that wasn't me. That was Grumpy. Okay. So we're talking about G. G would be 16 years my older. What's that? You know what? We'll just ignore that next Grumpy Acres comment. She don't know what she's talking about. Sweet Save Words. Dave, you can get a guy with a mobile lumber mill to get them to your property. You're going to want to look at the grain of the species you want milled. Twisted milling is very dangerous. Oh, that's good to know. I've never really milled much. As you guys know, I have a sawmill to mill with now, so I'm going to learn. I hope I don't learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Lucy says, my beefsteak tomatoes are so big, the plants are falling all over. To my son collects scrap. He told me to take whatever I need, and I took all 3 corner framing from an old gazebo, and I used them for trellises. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Right? Just super inventive, super resourceful. You're the bomb, Lucy. Arthur says, I ran across a home that was heated and cooled 100% with geothermal. Talked to the engineer, and they said they only had to run a loop 60 feet deep. Was an interesting setup. Yeah, Arthur, this I think is so important. You know, I've been practicing with some of that stuff, building the right manifold underground at the right depth and to heat and cool. And it's interesting, you know, my house, if you walked into it and it was, you know, today 100 degrees outside, it would be 80 inside my house with no air conditioning. And it's because of the thick concrete pads, the right overhangs, the right windows, the right insulation, all of those kind of things. And then when you add to that the piping that runs underground in a loop that's blowing out, you know, 56 degree air, and I just use a 200 CFM fan to kind of move the air around, is nice also, but it's none of it equals air conditioning. Right?
Right. No.
It's nice, but none of it equals air conditioning. Carl Price says I'm 58, but my mind says I'm still 25. See, I'm with Carl.
Yep.
What did your mind say you are?
Yeah. 20s.
58?
Yeah.
Okay. Julie says,
Yep,
laugh out
so
loud. My mind
fast.
says I'm still 25. My body says not so fast. Yep, I agree. Glenn, I hit 50 Glenn's going to hit 50 in December. And Glenn, I will respect my elders because you're going to beat me there by a few months. Yeah. Glenn, Jess Mom says Glenn is 49 till December. That's right. Randy says, tag, I've been in small engine business for 35 years and work on outdoor power equipment, saws, mowers, four-wheelers, etc. And YouTube is my best friend nowadays. People are always sharing repairs. Yeah, Randy, I wish you lived closer to me. We'd be bartering like madmen. I don't know what, but we would. Hacks turns 58 while we're at the Homestead Life Conference. Oh, pretty cool. Yeah, super cool, Patty. I didn't know you guys were going down there. Now, you guys did this. I think you guys did this event.
Homesteading Life Conference.
Yeah, I think they did this before, though, right?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, I think this will be their second trip down there.
That's not the one in Tennessee, right?
No. That's
in Texas.
Yeah, I don't know where the. Hey, Patty, comment on here where the Homestead Life Conference is and give us a little detail down there so we're not butchering it. Thank you. I know what to call 50. I call 50 young. Yep, 50 young. And because of my genetics, I'm going to live to 127. So that means I have, 78 years left?
Couple.
Man, how cool is that?
She's old enough to be your mother.
Yeah, Mary says, hi, B and Tag. I love this channel. Single and trying to live as free as I can. Oh, my goodness, Mary, I'm going to tell you something. Sorry, I was reading the comment above it, too. Living free, I can't think of a more important thing there is. You know, I strive for it at every moment, every single thing I can do. You can ask B, I can kind of be I want to say a slave driver a little bit, but I'm a very persistent person. Would you agree with that?
Persistent.
Is that a good word?
Yes.
You have a better word?
No, that's good.
Yeah, Mary, congratulations, and keep trying to live free and live as free as you can. Right above that, Joanne said, I'm old enough to be your mother, Tag. Man. So I'm almost 50, so that would put you at 70, right? Or in there somewhere. Well, I respect my elders, Joanne, and I will do what you tell me, I promise. Glenn says, haha, Tag. Absolutely, Drummond. Sweet Savory Words, I had a ton of trees taken down on my property. Yeah, you want to, Sweet Savory Words, if you'll type in here, did you have them taken down professionally? What did it cost? Did you keep the wood? What happened to it? I'd be interested to know. Jasper's mom says, Drummondson Live, mentally 50 is young. Physically, my 50 plus menopause at the beginning of a Texas summer equals 110.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about that?
Nope.
You gonna leave that one alone?
Yep.
Yeah. Man, you're a chicken tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. You're just gonna sit there and look pretty. Warren Buffett once had a quote, and I doubt I can quote it exactly, but basically what he said was, they was talking to a young man, and the young man said, I'd give anything to have your wealth. And Warren Buffett looked at him and said, I'd give anything to have your youth. And I thought that was a super, what would Warren Buffett do if he was 21 years old again? Okay, get back up here. Okay, John Collins says, check with your county. Reusing ungraded lumber generally out of buildings, barns, sheds, fences, etc. do not require graded lumber. Houses, living quarters, and residents do. What's interesting is I built my whole house here, and I just bought lumber Home Depot and had it, mostly, not totally, but mostly bought it on there. And we never had an inspection. It's not required here. Nobody asked. It wasn't on any paperwork that I read. I'm interested in this. I might have to do a little bit more. Grumpy Acres says, no, it's Doug and Stacy in Hannibal. Okay, so the festival that Pippin was talking about is in Hannibal, Missouri.
Oh, she said, no, it's in Tennessee in the Centerville.
No, right here. Patty Strong says Doug and Stacy.
Doug and Stacy at Hannibal, Missouri.
Oh, Patty's saying the one they went to before was the Back to the Land Festival in Tennessee. Got it. I'm up to speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jane N says, I had a patient with dementia that used to look in the mirror and scream, who is that old lady looking at me? That's the way I feel sometimes. I forget I'm almost 51. Yeah, there's times where it's, if you ever are together or do this where you sleep really, really deep and, you wake up in the morning and you lean over and say, I kind of have had that same feeling. Who's that old lady looking at me?
Shut your mouth.
Apparently she don't think I'm as funny as I do. Okay. Lucy says, Mr. Tag, I will send you pics of the trellis and how my garden is doing. I have over 30 zucchini, 12 inches long. So I've got a lot of relish to do. And oh, by the way, I'm 61. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that you're 61. By all of our conversations, and Lucy and I have communicated, I don't even know, many times. I would have guessed you were older by your knowledge and by your wisdom. So good for you. That's a compliment, Lucy. Sweet Savvy Word says, in California, you need your materials list, what you're going to build, how many 4x4, 2x4, 1x12, 2x2, had everything cut true, cut because the existing house was built with true cut lumber. Oh my goodness. Guys, I don't know why anybody would want to live in California. If you live there, I'm not trying to offend you, but any of those states like that have gotten out, far reaching. Here at our property, I had to have a permit to build the property. It was what did we pay? $179
for the permit.
Yeah.
I don't know. You did that.
Yeah, it was cheap. Wasn't nothing. And then I had to have a permit for the septic and an inspection of the septic. That was it. And I think maybe we spent $300 or $400 on that. That whole process right there.
Part. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was absolutely it. Rocky Top Ranch says, B, how's your garden today? Have you had to water lately with the local drought?
I need to water.
Yeah, how many times have you only watered your garden like once, right?
Yeah.
Twice, maybe?
Twice. I've watered twice.
Mm.
It could stand a watering.
Yeah. We had rain just a couple days ago, right? Yeah, we had a little bit of rain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you're going to be all right. The garden's good, though, guys. I'm proud of it. Every time I drive by it when I leave the farm, because it's on my way out of the farm, I'm just amazed. And, B, like I said, right now there is 500 peppers that need put up and processed. And
there are so many green tomatoes. I'm like, I'm going, oh no. I mean, this is a good thing. This is exactly what I wanted. Mm-hmm. But now the work begins.
Yeah. And you can talk a little bit about, you worked on your processing kitchen a bunch today, right?
I painted. Yep. I got one more coat of paint on the outside of the cabinets, and I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Outside of the chair rail
that's on me.
That you need to purchase and cut.
Yeah, I'll do that. Cheryl Nugent, happy early birthday, who will be 67 in January. She also says that they're getting lots of rain this evening. Congratulations. So glad I didn't put seeds out today.
In Virginia.
Yep. Sweet Savory Word says, wish I was 25 years younger living in this homestead age. 69 here now. Yeah, you're still plenty young. Plenty young. I've watched a bunch of your videos. And if anybody wants to go check it out, she does a lot of scripture, a lot of those kind of things. If you like that kind of stuff, go check it out. Grumpy Acres, we should pool all of our loose windows and build a solar kin to go with the sawmill. Gee, this is a great idea. I have 80. Is that right? Those 3x3 windows?
Yes.
I have
a lot.
I have 80 3-foot by 3-foot windows sitting on a pallet on the back of my property.
Pane.
Yeah, triple pane windows.
Beautiful.
That I got out of a house that was being remodeled.
Oh, I was hoping to use those for something.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that. Carl Price said, I'd like to get a lumber mill. I thought about cutting trees that other property owners won't remove and then cutting into lumber. I think that's a great idea and a great side gig too. Yeah. Because not only would you get the lumber, you can charge for taking the tree down.
Yeah.
That'd be a good side hustle. My dad, prior to his death, he died this last year of COVID. But prior to his death, he cut trees down at 75 years old.
That's
big ones.
That's how I started my mulch.
That's right.
My mulch journey.
That's right. Drummondson Live, I found out something about youth. Youth does not get up and walk boldly out the door. It just sneaks away while you're not looking. I love that. No, I love that. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can.
Totally true, though.
I'm going to copy. I just copy and pasted that Drummondson Live. I think that is a great quote. An absolute great quote. Grumpy Acres, hey, my windows are for another greenhouse. You know what, Yoda? You need to just respect your husband's wishes. He's the leader of the family, and you need to just do what you're told.
Do you need another greenhouse?
That's all? I wasn't going to get any, elbow or nothing out of that? Man, I'm losing my touch, you guys. I used to be able to rile her up. Apparently, I'm losing my touch.
No. Sweet
Savvy Words said, I bartered trees for the guy who fell them, and the whole meal I paid per board foot. Got it. Yeah. Jess Mom says, I was born there. I'm so thankfully. I left there permanently in 1983. Yeah. I think that's just smart and vote with your feet. And I know that's hard to do. If something happened in where I live that I was no longer okay with, it'd be hard to walk away from my farm that I've spent all these years building. Lucy says, thanks for your comment. My son got a table saw that uses 10-inch blades. So I'm going to use it like a mill and cut some dry logs into lumber. Heck yeah. Joanne says, looking at the ages in the chat, there's a lot of knowledge here. Guys, there's a ton of knowledge here. And I have said a few times in my videos, and I've never had a lot of takers, I would love to get some of you homesteaders together. We'll do a big round table right here on YouTube and maybe learn from each other. And, you know, you can email me, tagandb@lifedonefree.com, and I would absolutely set something like that up. Lucy says, Miss B, I started over 200 peppers, and they are up and doing well, had flowers, but no peppers.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe it's just not time where she lives. Maybe they're just not up yet where she lives. I mean, in our area, that would be, you know, that would be really, really bad, right? But it may not be where she's at right here.
200 peppers.
You got 200 pepper plants. You planted 100, right? 150?
That was tomatoes. The peppers. Oh,
It's about that.
probably. I didn't count the peppers. I have them in 3 different spots, so.
Patty says, if they hold till we come back, I'll send Darren. He loves cutting up peppers for the freezer.
Oh, they'll be done by.
Yeah, they'll be long done by then. But here's the thing, Patty, is that our pepper plants are just on fire. They're
just
producing
starting.
and producing and producing, and we're going to have more peppers than we know what to do with. And because the plants, as you know, Patty's a super gardener, so I'm not telling her anything she don't know. But as they come on, right, B will process the peppers for the salsas and spaghetti sauce and all that, stick them in the freezer as we're waiting on the tomatoes to come on so that we can eventually do it all. So maybe we'll just do a big canning party.
And then whatever I don't use for the peppers will go through the dehydrator for winter use.
Right.
I love dehydrated peppers.
Yeah, so Jane L. Cothill said, B, are you going to try our fermented tomatoes from the recipe of Off Grid with Doug and Stacy? Yeah, B and I talked about that last night a little bit, and we're going to give it a shot. I had never heard of fermented tomatoes. Had you?
I hadn't heard of them. Well, I'd heard of them, and I had heard that they taste like a red beer. So outside of that, I was just like, meh. But I mean, somebody else's opinion of them would, you know, I'd like to try them for myself.
Yeah, Jasper's mom says, I currently have a 10-ton log splitter on one of my wish lists and working towards. I couldn't imagine having to split wood by hand. Splitter. I couldn't imagine. I mean, we'd go through so much so much firewood. We probably went through 14 cords last year.
I don't know.
Through the winter.
We cut growing up. My dad used to use the machine, and my brother swung the axe. I mean, we did it all. Everybody was cutting. Everybody was stacking.
Yeah. Well, and back to J&L too. I think fermenting is a wonderful thing. You know, B just did sauerkraut just a little bit ago.
And pickles.
That's right.
I did find out that those springs, they're better. Like I was always filling the jar up and then trying to mash that spring down. Well, I switched them over and put the fuller jars with the glass weight, and then screwed the lid on easier. And then the pickles had a gap at the top. Yeah. So I used those for the pickles, which helped push them down. And then it wasn't so bad.
Yeah. Packrat says, backtothelandfestival.com, September 23rd, 24th, 25th of 2022. We'd be happy to see you. If you have anything to do with that festival, send me an email, and I'll help promote it the best that I can. We'll get the word out there, because I think the more of these that bring us like-minded people together, the better off we are.
Isn't the Back to the Land one? Where's that at? That's
the one in Tennessee. That's the one that I think Patty was talking about that they went to before, and they really enjoyed it. So I think that's what they're talking about. But I'd love to promote it. I'd love to get it out there. Carl Price says, I cut all the large pines on 30 acres of my property about 5 years ago. I got paid $6,000 for it. Interesting. Just out of curiosity, Carl.
$6,000.
Yeah, was that enough? If you're looking back at it, would you have done it different? I'd be curious to hear your answer.
30 cut all the large pines on 30 acres.
Yeah. Yeah, because it seems like I couldn't buy the lumber from that. But I could be wrong. It'd be interesting how many there were. But Carl, I'd be interested in your answer. John says, pine, you can dry aggressively. Hardwood needs to dry at their own pace. Yep. Force them, and the sound of the wood splitting will keep you awake at night. Oh, no.
Yep.
We don't want to do that. And mostly what I have here is hardwoods. We're a walnut, oak, locust, hickory, are the primary species. Oh, and hedge, obviously hedge, and then cedar, which obviously that's not hardwood, but are the primary woods we have here. Oops, back up here, Deb. Where'd she go? Hey, Deb, guys.
She's laughing.
Yeah, Deb's laughing. Deb's a very good friend of mine, and apparently something's going on that's funny. I don't know what it is, but I think it's you. You're pretty funny.
I think it's you.
I think it's you. Tag, are you familiar with a solar septic system? They work great, but not many anymore. I've never even heard of such a thing. What is the solar, Arthur? What does the solar control? Because in our septic system, there's no moving parts. It's using gravity. It's flowing out. It's spreading out. It's doing those things. So please advise. Carl says that was for 27 log trailers full. That's a lot of wood. I'm curious if he'd have sold it again for that. Yep, Grumpy says 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Absolutely. Pack Rat says they want you to have septic out in that area, but there are otherwise effectively no building permits on farmland out in many Tennessee counties. Yeah, I know a lot of homesteaders from Tennessee. It seems to me that's a great place to homestead. Deb says she'd love to help you can tomatoes. Well, come on.
Well, yeah.
You tell me when I can pick you up from the airport, Deb. We will get you picked up. I've got a great spare room for you. You can stay right here, and we will set you and B to canning. And you can can for as long as you're willing to stay. Come on. I'm calling your bluff, Deb.
You might want to drive your own car and bring some glass jars.
She taking some home? Yeah. Sweet Savory Word says there were 140 to 160 foot tall redwoods. Oh my goodness. I also had a white oak fell and milled. I do not live in California anymore. I sold out and moved to Utah. My son-in-law got a job here, took daughter and 5 grandkids. Well, good for you for staying with your family. And I'd much rather be in Utah than California.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glenn's message was retracted. Don't know what for, but rock on. Sweet Savory Word said, sorry about your dad. Dave, thanks for the shout out. Yeah, for sure. I mean, guys, we got to stick together. And if, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but any of the channels that subscribe to my channel, I periodically go through and look. And if there's a homestead that's subscribed, I go there, I subscribe, I put them on my watch list. Because I just think we're just so much tougher, together than we are apart. I don't care how many subscribers you have. That makes no difference to me. I didn't do this for any of those reasons. You guys, I don't know if you guys noticed or not. I'm not big on, hit the like button and the subscribe button and send this to your mom. And it's fine. It'll grow as it grows, and off we go. But, and Sweets Everywhere, thank you for the condolences on my father. He was a great man, and I think about him every single day. Patty says, Pack Rat, looking forward to meeting you. Yeah, make sure you meet you guys, Patty and Darren from Hacks from the Homestead. We've talked about their channel a million times. They're amazing homesteaders and the freest people that I know. And I mean, literally, and guys, that says something coming from me, right? We live pretty free. We supply everything for ourselves, but they have taken that to a whole nother level. But
and have been doing it for some time.
Right? And so make sure you reach out to them when you're down there. And I think that'd be cool. Pack Rat, if you and Patty and Darren can meet. Glenn says a roundtable idea is great, Tag. I agree. Yeah. Let's get some homesteaders together, guys. I don't care whether you have a channel, you don't have a channel. Let's get together and talk about how we live a little bit freer. I'm in. I'm absolutely in. If 5 or 6 or 7 of you, however many, will send me an email, I will absolutely set something up, and we can help share our wisdom and our trials and our tribulations with each other. And I think we'll all be a little bit better for it. I think the community will be better for it.
Yeah.
You in?
Yeah. I've learned a lot from Patty.
Rocky Top says, what do you make with your peppers with regard to the preserved ones?
What do I make with my peppers?
Yeah.
Like the dried ones? Is that what he's asking?
He's asking in regards to the preserved ones, the ones you preserve.
Well, the peppers, if they're dried, then I put them in whatever I'm cooking with. Yeah,
but I think preserved could also be canning, right? You do salsa.
Yeah, but I don't can just peppers. Like the peppers go into salsa or spaghetti sauce, right?
Mhm.
So like the goal for those is the salsa
Yeah.
or the sauce. So that goes into that to make those items. But the rest of them go to be dehydrated to be added to sauces and things, like you're cooking up hamburger, you throw a couple of a jar of tomato sauce and then a little bit of dehydrated peppers, and then you've got
and onions and garlic and all the things you do.
So you just add it as you're going.
Yeah, and Rocky Top, you should know that tonight we had stuffed peppers for dinner.
Yes.
Peppers that were just harvested today. And inside of them was filled with cheese and sausage from your pigs. So,
well, not the cheese, but
the cheese wasn't, but the sausage was. So pretty much everything was grown right here within,
And then there was
a circle.
Zucchini in there. I don't know if you noticed that.
I noticed it. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed.
The zucchini, the onion, the peppers, the tomato, the pork.
Was all
what
right
else was all from here? Yeah. Yep. What was in there? The rice. Mm-hmm. The rice was the only thing that I bought.
Deb says maybe make some dehydrated soup mixes with your vegetables. That's a great idea.
I've tried that. Mm-hmm. I've tried. Remember when we did the sauce party at Shades? We had. I had taken a bunch of potatoes and dehydrated them into slices like you get in like the au gratin potato box. And then we took those over to their house, and somebody else had brought some chives, and somebody else had brought some peppers, some just different dried items, and we put them together to make different soup. We ended up putting them in vacuum seal bags just to save space and glass. But we have tried soup mixes. We've tried just keeping them separate. I'm a fan of keeping the items separate because then you can add whatever you want when you want to. Because my recipes change so much that, sometimes my meatloaf has onions in it and sometimes it doesn't. So.
Yep, and I notice all the changes.
Do you?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Everyone.
No, you don't.
I do. She don't think I do, but I do.
No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't even like to eat.
I don't really like to eat all that much. Okay, Grumpy says pickled green tomatoes are awesome. You ever had a pickled green tomato? I have not.
A pickled green tomato? I've never eaten green tomatoes. My brother loves fried green tomatoes. I have never tried a green tomato. I love them red. I love them on sandwiches and plain and soups, and I never tried a green one. Have you tried a green tomato? Because you don't like red tomatoes. Have you tried green tomatoes?
I like red tomatoes fine. They're not. I wouldn't put them on my favorite vegetable list, but
well, if it was on a hamburger, you would take it off.
Preferred would not be there, but if I was in a setting where it would be rude if I did that, I would just eat it. It's not that big a deal.
But have you tried green tomatoes?
No. You should try it. All right, where are we at here? Charlene said, I made Stacy's fermented tomato sauce and it was delicious.
Okay.
Good to know. Lucy says, Mr. Tag, my husband and I split all of our wood by hand this year, 20 cords.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys something funny. If you go Rocky Top, who's commenting on here, can probably split, if he gets to cut the wood ahead of time and it's dry, can probably split by hand as fast as I can split with my log splitter. And I'm not going to challenge him to it because I'm not that motivated to go split wood, just to be honest with you. But as I always tell Rocky Top Ranch, you're going to get older someday. So I'll just leave that one at that.
I make salt fermented what?
Rocky Top says, are we going to, wait, did I go too far?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys.
Right there.
A little bit more. No. Right there. Okay, so Rocky Top says, I make salt fermented hot chili Thai style. Yeah, you'd love that.
Chilies.
Yeah, that's right up your alley. Savory Word says, I'm in a wheelchair now, and a north-facing apartment patio can only have 2 pieces of patio furniture. Yeah, that's rough, and I would love to be able to give you some advice to get you some more space and, maybe You know, I think you were talking about your son-in-law got a job and you moved with your family. Maybe there's a chance to move further out. You know, I pray that for you. Jane Alcaldo said, thanks for sharing about fermenting. We are interested in trying it more. Oh, hey, Deep South. Hello, Mr. Danny. Hello,
Hey.
Wanda. How are you guys? Hey, I'm curious, Danny, if you ever tried that tape tying machine and if you like it. B really likes hers. I would just really be interested to hear your feedback. Just send me an email or whatever it is. We need to do another show sometime, you and me. You know, I know B misses Wanda and
yeah, I was gonna send her a picture of my peppercorn that she sent me. It's doing great.
It's doing great, yeah. Rocky Top says, then the fermented peppers can be made into various sauces and toppings later, and it can even be made into sriracha style sauce.
Yeah. He's got great recipes.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently Danny's on a call right now. Always working. Yeah. Yeah. Eagle Lover Texas says we're all praying for Danny, and that's absolutely true.
Yes.
But guys, I'm going to tell you something. The type of person Danny is, he's a tough old bird. You know, they don't, you know, he got a lot of fight in him, and, you know, it's hard to find them kind of men anymore. Songs of Joy says, glad to hear that Deep South Homestead. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that he's doing okay. John says, I love walnut. I often said jokingly that I would mill walnut for free. Well, let me tell you something, John. Okay. Now we're talking. You come to the Life Done Free place, and I will put you to mill walnut until you just can't stand it anymore. Seriously, right? Yep. Hey, Wanda. Danny Deep South Homestead. Yep, we're praying for you. Birch Pine says, hello, everyone. Really enjoyed the stair video the other day. Great idea to videotape it. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, you know, it's crazy. I wasn't going to do it. I'd be out there building it, and B walked in and said, why are you not filming this? And sometimes this is something that I need to really do a better job of. Is I built so many sets of stairs in my life that it's okay. It's just this and that and this and that, and it's easy and it's done. And I kind of feel like you guys will find it boring. It really is. And then B comes in and asks a couple questions, and then all the comments on that video were like, I was really glad B was there because I understood it. I promise you, I'm going to try to do a better job of that. That's just me getting into my own head. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Uncle Bodie, what's up, my man?
Hi, stranger.
Yeah,
long time no see.
Yeah, Uncle Bodie has had some tribulation in his life, and lots of prayers and good vibes, in your way. And I'm super glad to see you, and I'm super glad you're here. Sweets Every Word said, so no COVID company going greenhouse in back bathroom, new grow light, Mylar reflector sheets, green stock, 24-inch flower pot, and 6 2-gallon buckets. I have lots of seeds going to be planting soon. Amen.
Yes.
Yeah, do what you can with what you can. I couldn't applaud that more. J&L says, Grumpy Farms, please share the recipe for your pickled green tomatoes on your channel. We love fried green tomatoes. Yeah, Yoda, just do a video. That's something you can do tonight, right? Just whip it out. Yeah, Carl Price says, glad to see you on here, Danny and Wanda. Yeah, I am too. I've been in my thoughts a lot. Teepa says, I've got mine in a slow cooker making barbecue sauce. I love barbecue sauce.
What are they making barbecue sauce out of? The green tomatoes?
Right here. I got mine in a slow cooker making barbecue sauce. Tomatoes, everything. I wonder.
Oh, tomatoes.
Yeah, I wonder, and I don't think she means green, but if you can make barbecue sauce out of green tomatoes, we got all kinds of stuff you could be doing.
Well, I'm hoping my green tomatoes turn red, and then I can make salsa. I need 45 cases of salsa to last us through the winter.
Crazy Day says, B, I need a Life Done Free shirt. The tank, let me know if you have them in store. Yep, and we don't have any tank tops, do we?
Not the tank. No, not a tank top.
Yeah, we don't have a tank top, but
we should.
We should. Maybe we'll create a store. The problem is, here's the real problem with the whole merch thing, and this is just my opinion on it, is I know where I can do on-demand printing at a company that I can just, put an order in and they'll just send them out and all that, but the quality is just poor. If you look at these shirts, these are great shirts. They're comfortable, they're soft. Expensive, but I like them. But if
and they're local. The lady that made these is
and they're
a friend
local.
of ours.
Yeah. So Wanda, and you can tell Danny this too. I've got these hats, pink hats, visors, and T-shirts. But if either one of you would be interested in them, I will absolutely get them to you.
These ones say.
Yeah, turn around. That's on the back. It says, "Hold the line, don't give an inch." I should have put "tag out" at the bottom of that.
You should have.
I should have. Okay, Carl Price. I love my log splitter. I usually just collect firewood and split it as need. Always a ton of other stuff to do and don't have time. Yeah. I suffer on this. We got a little bit of log splitting done today. But because just trying to beat the winter, because know it's coming, and if you don't get to it, it's going to be right on top of you.
It's going to be cold.
Yep. Lucy says, if I can do it, I'm in. Arthur says, solar septic dries with very little clean runoff, if any, no smell, and only occasional clean out of material ready for composting. That's a nutshell view of how it actually works. I'm going to Google this and read about this a little bit, because I love that whole idea. That would make it super efficient. And I would also argue, and Arthur, correct me if I'm wrong, that would extend the life of your septic.
We don't have to clean out our septic now, do we? Oh, are you talking about the tank?
The tank, eventually you may have to clean it out, but that's interesting. Sweets Every Word says, if you run an air pump into your septic tank, water comes out crystal clear. If you could use water to water the garden. Yep. Jane L says, Grumpy Acres, thanks. I used Mrs. Wages for the first time this year. Love them. Made chili-based pasta sauce, pizza sauce, and ketchup. Saved tons of tomatoes from ruining because it's so easy. Love that.
Yeah.
Bodie says you should make tartar sauce with your peppers.
To can the tartar sauce?
He says try making tartar sauce with the peppers. I've never heard of such.
I've never put peppers in my tartar sauce.
I love tartar sauce.
It's just usually pickles, but I love peppers. So.
And you love tartar sauce.
Yeah.
And you love fish.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Amy says, hi all. Hey, Amy. Crazy Dad says pepper hash.
Pepper hash?
Yeah.
I don't know what hash is.
Well, like corned beef hash, right? Like hash, like a potato. I don't know
like
what's all in it. I'm going to embarrass myself here. Yeah.
Like pepper chunks? Like
relish?
I
think there's other stuff in there. Wanda, elaborate a little bit, because I'm about to make myself
I bet
look
you she
stupid.
has one on her page. I can just go to her page, and she probably already has a recipe for me.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so Deb says, I wonder, do you all have ideas on how to make the town, and what is a great idea without being a Marxist lord? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is something that I'd love to do some more videos on. Guys, as all of you know, and I've spoken about this many times, on my bucket list is to create a town. And when I say town, that's said loosely. I don't mean a post office and a saloon
and a president
and a foundry. That's not really what I mean. What I mean is, in a small area, a whole bunch of people that can come together and build their own economics, right? And rely on each other. And when there's a barn that needs to go up, just like they did back in Amish days, that a whole bunch of people come together and put that barn up. In reference to without being a Marxist lord, I think this is where sovereignty matters so much. This is why the people, when we do it, have to own their own land, their own piece, have their own equal say, their own equal vote. I don't want to be the leader of anything like that, but I certainly want to be a participant of it. And so I think sovereignty is the answer to get through a lot of that, stuff.
We're here to help each other out, not boss each other around.
That's right. And I want a place to retreat to when I get irritated.
Well, yeah.
Right. Jasper Mom says, yum, haven't had stuffed peppers in years. Yeah, I hadn't either till tonight. Yoda says pepper butter.
Huh.
Interesting. Oops. Why do I keep doing that?
I don't know.
Now I got to go back and find
pepper butter.
I'm looking for it. Oh my goodness. Oh, right there. Okay. Are we ever going to see a video of Tag filling in for B at her job, since Tag says she's always on vacation?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Rocky Top Ranch.
I got a top you can wear.
Yep. And there's only one danger in this. They say be careful what you ask for. You might just get it. Okay, because if I go do it and I do it more efficiently,
yeah.
Okay, then what happens?
Yeah, then it's your job.
I got so many jobs
Congratulations.
now. Yeah, Rocky Top, just since we're
Keep at it.
Yeah, since we're on this topic, I owe you for this comment. Just to be clear, this one will be paid back someday.
Like $10?
I don't know. Some way I can roll him in front of his old lady, then, like he just rolled me, No, it's good. Carl said I'd probably have to let it grow a few more years if I could ever do it over. At the time, I had to pay money on another project. The lumber prices fluctuate, and I'd probably double my money today. That's kind of what I was thinking. Grumpy Acres, do not encourage him. Crazy Day said Tag would be sitting on the couch watching soap operas eating bonbons. Tag had a jalapeno to build for B.
Yes.
Get this.
Yes. Let's talk Wallapini. Isn't that what I just heard?
Oh my goodness. I used to think that the guys stick together and the girls were all catty, but I'm going to tell you how it works on YouTube. The girls stick together and roll all the guys. This is what I've learned. That's so funny, Wanda. Jane Elk.
Love it.
Cheryl says, I did an au gratin type potato in my dehydrator the other day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do a lot of that stuff.
I like dehydrated potatoes. I know I like to the whole potato for just a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly how many minutes. So I boil the potato and then I take it, peel the peel off of it, just like I would do for a potato salad. And then I take the potato and I shred it. And then I dehydrate it for hash browns.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't mind
and
it as long as dehydrated food gets rehydrated all the way. I don't like it when it's hard. Like an au gratin potato.
Yeah,
I prefer it to be like they're supposed to be.
Sometimes when you get them a little thick, when you're slicing them, sometimes that does happen. And I know what you're talking about because growing up, one of the boys loved the soup with the potatoes in it and the turmeric. It was like the neon, you know what I'm talking about? The neon yellow potato soup. And everybody else did not like it, but the one kid liked it.
Cheryl says, love fried green tomatoes. I've never tried them. We're just going to have to do that. My mother hated tomatoes with a passion, says Jasper's mom, but fried green tomatoes she loved. Interesting.
See, I've heard that a lot, and that's why I asked if you'd ever tried them, if you've ever tried a green tomato.
Yeah. Pack Rat says, looking forward to meeting Patty. Yeah, they're great people. You guys will have a good time. This is an interesting comment. So this is from Glenn. And Glenn says, at Crazy Days, what's a Wallapini? So what I have to decide right here, is he looking for information, which is wonderful. I hope Wanda tells him what a Wallapini is. Or is he poking the bear and giving you more firepower for the Wallapini?
Oh, she already answered it. It's a big project for B. You're in the drawing stage.
I know, right.
Except he doesn't draw anything out. It's just in his head. And then it's like, well, what's that going to look like? And then we all are surprised.
Yeah. Sweet Every Word says, go with Arabic. What's that say?
Where?
Aerobic system to clean septic water that can run on small solar panels, electricity, and batteries. Yeah, guys, I love solar systems, and I build them for, like, my chicken coop has one. I have one for an aerator for my pond. I have another one for pumps. I like building that kind of stuff, so this is something I'm going to absolutely have to look into. JDL says, I see a bees cookbook in the future. It would never work, because this is what the cookbook's going to look like, okay? I'm going to help you guys out here, okay? So you're going to open the book, and it's going to say a little of this, a little of that, a little of this, a little of that. Feed it to my family.
Try this. If it doesn't work, try something else.
Yeah, Grumpy says, cut the very top off of the tomato, add olive oil, salt, and pepper, roast for 10 minutes. Yummy. Yep, I agree. Crazy Days says, Tag is going to show you step by step. Man, you guys are ruthless.
The Wallapini.
Yes, of course she's talking about the Wallapini. Well,
here's the thing. I mean, you go to wallapini.com and there is a company that you can purchase them from for like $57,000.
I don't care if it's $3,000.
I'm just saying, though, these people would like to know how to build it. We should show them how to build it.
Yeah.
You should show them.
This is just so not even fair. Crazy Days, just so you know, I want to let you know, we had the bulldozer out the other day, and I am clearing ground for the Wallapini.
Yes, it does already look quite different.
Yeah, but, you know, this has been unfair this whole time because Danny ganged up on me, Wanda ganged up on me, B ganged up on me, and then all of you lovely people who come into these places gang up on me and force me into building a wall of PD.
I think Danny was the one that brought it up. I didn't even know what that was, and then I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, well, yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Yep. Sweet Safe Word says, Patty, you made a fresh stuffed bell peppers and didn't invite me to dinner. I know, right? I know, absolutely. Hey, American Roots Farm. Hey, you know, typically in these videos, I try to answer questions from other videos. We've only gotten to one comment of our videos, and it was yours. And we were talking about you crying. And yeah, so it was really interesting. It touched my heart. I just want you to know that. And I'm super happy you're here, American Roots. You keep living free and you keep holding the line. You're doing the right thing. I'm proud of you. Crazy Days says, big project coming up from B. Wallapini tag is in the drawing stage. See?
Amen.
Yeah. Let me see if I can skid down here a little bit. There's so many. You're very welcome, Bodie. Yeah. Yep. Sweet Savior Word. Wanda is asking how Danny is. Anytime, we'll be ready. Lucy says, Mr. Tag and B was right. People, we always like to learn new things when it comes to carpentry, and you are a knowledgeable carpenter. Yep. Guys, I just love to build. I love the challenge of it. I haven't done a video on this yet. I've been kind of videotaping along the way, but I'm in the middle of building B, a solar dehydrator. But I don't build anything normal. I just not in my system. So I took the best design I could find and made it big. And so she ought to be able to take, how many racks are in it?
I don't even know.
I don't know, 40 racks. I mean, it's a big solar dehydrator. And I'm hoping to really help her be able to process. But of course, I've got a Wallapini to build, and I've got, you know.
You could do the dehydrator first.
Mandy says, just saying hi. Hey, Mandy, how are you?
Hi, Mandy.
Yeah, we seen Mandy on the Swell video, you know, just the other day.
With
it was
Billy.
Good to put a face with it. Wanda says that Danny's on a call right now and he's just tired. Yeah, I bet. Hold My Beer says, hey from Wisconsin. Hey from Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin. American Roots says, I want to buy your shirts. Hey, American Roots, tag and be at lifedonefree.com. Send me an email. Grumpy Acres says, B, if you have a ton of green tomatoes you can't get put up, I can try a tomato wine recipe I found. Grumpy.
Oh.
Well, we should at least donate some to that so that we can see what that's like.
Tomato wine.
Yeah. Right? I can't get you off vacation now. And
I know.
Put wine on you.
I'll be all drunk.
Yeah. Send me an email. Tag and be lifedonefree.com. Savior Word says, all right, Deep South Homestead, glad you got your certified YouTube check on your channel. Name, prayers still going up. Yep. Amen. I would love to buy one of your shirts and hats, Lucy. Yeah, Lucy, send me an email. And I would tell you my email address, but I already know you have my email address. Yep, Jasper Mom says, I need one of those shirts. You know what, guys, I'll find a way. Again, like I said before, I'd love to do it. And I'll even sell them at cost. I won't, you know, make any money on them, but I want to produce good quality stuff. I'm not a big fan of sending them to some sweatshop and that. So they're just expensive. I mean, I think I paid, I don't know, $30, $27 or something like that for the t-shirts. I mean, but I wanted good quality and I'm willing to pay for good quality for a good shirt. So will you call Becky and find out how many she has to make in it? Because we get them right here local. How many she has to make, and we'll get them available. So if somebody wants them,
like what the minimum order is or something. Or
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Just figure out what the logistics of it are. Mandy says, B, do you use anything before going out in the sun, like suntan lotion that's safe for your skin?
I typically make sunscreen lotion. Sunscreen lotion is what it is. It's in a jar. So
why don't you tell them how you make it? And then promise them a video.
Yeah.
Don't give me any of that.
Yeah. Okay. It's zinc oxide, so it's the old school white stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. And you actually have to like rub it in because.
Well, yeah. So how do you make it?
Just like the lotions, just ingredients with a stick blender, and then you put it in a jar and.
Okay, and you'll do a video, right?
And then you just, yeah.
Teapot says, Mrs. Haas canned green tomatoes and talk about tomato salsa. You can use green tomatoes in chow chow. I didn't know that. Honey Hollow Homestead. Hey, Honey Hollow Homestead. I did at the very beginning of this live, we talked about those people needing help down in Kentucky. I posted a link to the YouTube at the top of this chat, but please post it again. Absolutely post it again. Arthur says, tag, the solar septic has enzymes on steroids because of the warmth. Makes perfect sense. Clean out is with a shovel and not a liquid pump like a normal septic. See, again, I think I would argue that this would extend the life of the septic.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. Yeah, hey, real quick on the shirts and hats and stuff. So there was this big debate early on, and I came to B and I said, hey, do you want it to say free woman on it? Because you notice it all says free man. And B said it's not about male versus female. It's about mankind, to leave it as man. And so we've left it as man. So, but I'd like to hear everybody else's thoughts. If someone would like it to say free woman, or free chicken or free whatever. Well, I mean, seriously, right? And speaking about the free thing, I've said in a couple of my videos that all prepping leads to homesteading and all homesteading leads to freesteading.
Yeah.
And freesteading is freeing your mind, getting rid of the drama. It's getting out of the system, not paying for the electricity. It's going galt. It's taking your productivity out of the system, and those kind of things. And I have a very super cool announcement coming up in reference to exactly that, that I hope all of you guys will enjoy. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Oh, you're not going to give any more?
No. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
That's no fun.
Because I open my Christmas presents before Christmas, so
I
can't.
I know you do. Deb says tag for mayor. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Deb. Guy with friends like you guys. No, this is an inside joke. See, Deb's poking a bear because we've talked about these kinds of things a lot. Deb and I have talked a lot on the phone, right? I mean, hundreds of hours on the phone over the last couple of years. If I'm coming back from an airport or something and it's midnight, I'll call Deb because the chances are she's awake and we'll chit chat as I drive down the road. But this is an inside joke, and I do not want to be a leader, nor do I want to be mayor. I just want to be on my farm, be left alone, and that's it. Jane L says, thanks for the pepper hash. Yep, pepper jelly teapot. Yeah, I think that's right up there. Pepper jelly. I love jelly.
I've had pepper jelly. It was good. It was odd, but it was good.
Yeah, let me see. Grumpy Acre says, just post a picture of his outfit coming back from vacation. Guys, I will rock it. If you guys think for a second that I will not put a tube top on and some short shorts and a pair of muck boots.
Oh, he will.
And I will absolutely do it. I mean, my nieces and nephews, as they were growing up, would always say, hey, can we dress you up? Can we put makeup on you? I'm in. I'm 100% in. Can you eat this
bug?
Yeah, I will eat the bug. I will just eat the bug.
Yeah, gross. Yes, he will. Nothing.
Guys, do you know what the look on a 4-year-old little girl when she brings you an earthworm and you eat it?
Or 17.
Yeah.
The 17-year-olds were just appalled as the
yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. Yeah. Uncle Bodie says, cool down your peppers, jalapenos, onions, and rice wine vinegar. I didn't know that. Did you know that? Make a basic, what's that word? Aioli, and mix together with SP and lemon. Great on crab cake and fish. I'm a former chef. Oh, nice.
Nice.
And lots of recipes. You know what, Bodie? You are not very far from me. The Midwest Preparedness Festival is going on in October. And if you can't make this one, because I know you got some things going on, we need to schedule one and you can come up and cook. You can come up and feed a whole bunch of freedom-loving family people. And, we can break bread together and it'll be great, man. You let me know. I'd love to do that. Grumpy says, Deb, no, Tag cannot be a mayor. He is too kind. I'll remember that the next time we're in a video together, G. I am pretty kind, and I don't want to be mayor. Packrat says, living free in Tennessee has hot settling in close by each other. I understand the appeal of doing this. We need to have groups like this all over the country. 100% agree. I'm actually going to, in October, when I go down to speak, I'm a speaker at the Self-Reliance Festival down there in Camden, Tennessee. When I go down there, I'm going to do some talking with her, Bob and Nicole, about exactly this. Is there any way to do any, networking or any of those kind of things? Eagle Lover Texas said you should get a freeze dryer. Okay. We have come so close so many times to buying one. Here's my only worry about it. Because we are off grid, from what I understand, and for you freeze dryer people out there, feel free to correct me. From what I understand, you can't stop the cycle. And so in order to be able to run that high wattage all through the night
for
on
like
a solar
48
system,
hours, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I just worried that my solar system with that draw, because guys, how we live, living off grid, we're running air conditioners all day long. There's air conditioners on right now in this very room. But when we go to bed, we turn them off because I don't want the draw through the night when I don't have any input. So that would be my concern. Carl Price says, be like the Amish. I agree. Cool idea on the hash brown, says Cheryl Nugent. I'll have to try it. Yep. Sweets Every Word says Wanda made a delicious pepper relish. Yep. And dumped some over mashed potatoes. I'm in.
Oh, over mashed potatoes.
Yeah. A little of this and that recipes are a true sign of an excellent cook or someone who just wings it all the time. Oh my goodness. I hit my scroll down button and there it is. Teapaw, Rocky Top says, Teapaw, my Romany. Romanian?
No.
Let's just say his grandma made chow chow at the end of the season with everything left in the garden, including green tomatoes, cucumber, squash, and onions. Yep. My dad bragged on it often, I bet. Jasper Mom says, tag, trust me, when Glenn asks questions, he's generally looking for information. He's still pretty new at the free life. I'll take a minute for him to remember how people are supposed to be. Yeah, well, it's hard because there's so many bad examples out there. And I'm glad he asked. So I'll just clarify. So a Wallapini basically is a greenhouse that's part of the way in the ground. And the glass sits at a particular angle to get optimum sun. But there's a guy up in, I think it's Alliance, Nebraska, who's got a big one. And he grows oranges in the winter, covered in snow. It's called
Greenhouse in the Snow.
It's called Greenhouse in the Snow. If you go on YouTube and look up Greenhouse in the Snow, that's a Wallapini. And this is what Danny and Wanda and B and Yoda and Garen and all of my wonderful freedom-loving friends out there are torturing me to build.
Yes.
Why
have you not built it yet?
I know, right? I'm on vacation.
Oh, you're on vacation.
I'm on vacation.
We're on vacation together.
I'm striking until you get off vacation. Huh. American Root says, thanks, we love you guys. You bet. Deb says, Wallapini video, B needs it. He is so slacking. Oh my God, you girls.
Slacker.
Man, I got up when the sun came up this morning, been working outside all day long today. Came in, took a shower, rushed up here to get on this video. Man, you guys are heartless.
No,
just slave drivers.
They're.
Mandy Garrett says, yes, please keep nagging tag on to show us how to build a Wallapini. And I don't even know what it is. No, we're going to build one. Guys, in all honesty, I don't think I'm going to get to it this year. I'm going to get the dirt work done. Yeah. I might get some concrete poured, but I've got pod 4 of the house, which I've got to get done this year. That's got to go up. I've got fencing that's got to go up. I've just got a lot of things in front of it that I've got to get done. Then we've got to get to firewood and, all of these kind of things. So if I can get to it, I will. But
the reason that we had the dirt work done was because the bulldozer was still on property. So
Grumpy Acre says, check my sound. Am I not coming in very good? I've got everything on here. Let me move the microphone.
Oh.
See if that's any better. See, Uncle Buddy says sound is messing up. Lucy says, good night, Tag Miss B. Got to get my laundry off the line. It's getting dark. Yes, Lucy, you have a great night. Jonathan, you put the stuff in the thing just like that. I don't know what that is. Someone's making fun of me or you? I don't know. Grumpy says we're good for now.
Stuff in the thing.
Cheryl says, good night, Tag and B. This rainy evening has so relaxed me and I am headed to bed. Good for you. Yep, American Root says, nope, leave it that way. Honey Hollowell says, I will have to post it in the comments in the morning. My husband is using the laptop and watching on my phone. Yeah, well, I'll post it also at the bottom of this and I'll link it in the description too once this video is over. Jasper Mom, yes, I love B's thought process. Leave it as a free man. See, I think I agree.
Yeah.
Because it's really a statement about mankind, not about male or female. The whole feminism thing has gone too far, and she agrees with B American Roots. Yep. Arnan, hello, Tag and B. Hey, Arnan. Jane L says, I'm okay with man. Woman was made from man. We are all one. Great point. Man, that just goes by so fast. I just scroll. Okay, right there. Mandy Garrett says, yes, agree. Leave it as free man for human. Great thought process, B. Packrat says, only free man, not free Z. Z? Yep. I don't know what that says either, but.
Z.
Amy Jones, this is interesting, says hot pepper jelly with cream cheese on toast.
Yeah. So
that'd be good.
I've had the pepper jelly with cream cheese and crackers or.
Yep. Sweets Every Word says at Wanda from Crazy Days, it says, I bet you're both worn out. Probably take a couple weeks. Oh, yeah. And you guys take your time. You just take your time. Don't worry about anything else. We got your backs. Uncle Bodie said he'd love to come and do some cooking, and we would love that. You were absolutely right about the freeze dryer. Yeah.
But you can't stop it mid-cycle, and it has to run full straight through.
Yeah. Packrat says the ability to embarrass your teenagers in front of their friends as their dad is a superpower, and they should disrespect that only at their peril. 100% agree.
Or your wife.
Yeah. But I think, teaching kids that dad is superhero at an early age really stops them getting into trouble later, because as long as they believe it, even though it's not true, I think it's healthy. Teapot says at Rocky Top Ranch, that's my old recipes. Yep. Tulip fajitas, 3 peppers, sliced onions. That sounds good. Yep. Teapot Grumpy wants the recipe. Rocky Top, hey friends, we are running out of light here across the street. We have to go head out and do night chores. Yeah. Hey, good night, Rocky Top. And, I'll get you back for that comment, but thank you. And thank you for your hard work today. I really appreciate it. Packed Rat says, okay, Romani, people are originating from South Asia, traditionally having an inherent way of life, living widely dispersed through. Okay, good. Thank you.
The gypsies.
Yep. Thank you. Camp Joy Farms, hello. Plant her a wall of peonies and tell her you misunderstood.
No!
See? Someone's got my back. Camp Joy Farms, thank you. Yep.
No.
Yep. Tulip says fajitas continued 1 pound meat, 1/4 cup taco spice mix, and lemon juice marinate, and then pan cook or oven cook. Yeah, that all sounds good. I'm getting a lot of messages that says message retracted. I don't know why that is, but there's been like 7 or 8 of them through this. Patty says, we got our hole dug for our wallapini, and there it sits. Yeah, you relate to that, right?
Good job.
Yep. Like this. I like how she thinks. I'm going to build a wall of peonies, and if I say it quick, she won't catch it. Yeah, Lucy said she'd love to know how to build a wall of peony. Well, we're going to find out because I'm going to do it. I'm going to film the entire thing, and I've got a good grasp in my head. I'll do some more. Yeah, Jonathan says it was about the sunscreen lotion comment. Remember, I was asking. I wasn't sure what he was talking about. Yeah. Okay, got it. Yep. Amy, man, yes, the best. Savory words. I cooked by smell with whatever I have. Yep. My family wants a recipe. I never really have one. Yeah, that's her. Yep. ZHE is the new woke pronoun. You probably don't have to deal with it in rural Kansas. No, I've never even heard of it. What ZHE is. Maybe I'm in the dark.
ZHE.
Tag, you like stuffed cabbage. I'll send a great recipe to Grumpy Acres. Yeah, I love cabbage altogether. I traditionally eat it with bratwurst fermented with mustard.
Sausage,
Yeah, because that's just right up my alley. Okay, cool. I think I'm caught up. Tag, you like stuffed cow. Yep, got that one. Deborah Jones says, Tag, you would do an excellent job building a wall of pony. Yeah, I think I need to build a wall of pony. I think a wall of pony would be fun. And a wall of peonies. How about a wall of peonies? I'll trade you the wall of peonies. That's
not what she meant.
No, I know.
Like,
I know that's not what she meant, but I'm going with it. A
wall of pony?
You can have a wall of pony and a wall of peonies in exchange for the wall of peony.
Mm-mm. I'll just take the one. The single peony.
The single peony.
Wallapini.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. You can just let me know. Yeah. I think this is great. I'm hoping that I get some emails from you guys about doing a joint homesteading video. I just think, I don't care where you're from, I just absolutely think it would be a wonderful thing to do. And you guys, if you want to continue with the Wallapino pokes, I'm going to build her one anyway. She won. I'm out. Right?
I will grow you food.
Yeah, you keep saying that. Grumpy Acres says it's what's the tornado threat level in your area, Arthur? So we have them here, absolutely. But it seems like to me over the last 10 years that Tornado Alley has kind of moved off, on the other side of Missouri and, Illinois and Kentucky and Tennessee. So we do get them here, but we haven't had a significant one in a long, long time. No, we have had them small ones that have dropped around us here and there, but it's not, I don't really even worry about it now. We've got a great place to go if we need it, but it's not that big a deal. What if we have lots of rocks on our land? Can we still dig there's a lot of people that dig for a Wallapini. Mandy, there's a lot of people who dig through rock.
Save the rocks.
Yeah. When we dug our pond, we saved every rock that came out of there and used it in structure. So kind of, Mandy, if I was you, I would be encouraged that you have this beautiful building structure. So you could dig through the rock and then use the rock to stack the edges of the Wallapini, which would, use less concrete and get a lot of the same thermal mass. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Kind of rock, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it depends. Yeah. If it's like, for example, if it's sandstone's going to break apart real easy versus if it's granite, it'll be there for, longer than you are. So I think, Mandy, if I was you, I would look at that as a huge blessing. Jasper's mom says a Wallapony is a peony mane.
A Wallapony with a peony mane.
Yeah, I like that.
Peony mane.
Yep. Sweet Heavy Word says, I have really enjoyed the visit, but I have to go to bed now. Hope everyone gets good rest tonight and God sends with tons of blessings. Good night. Don't forget the thumbs up. Sweet Heavy Words, thank you so much. You're a poet and a lot of the things you say, and I really appreciate it. And we'll get back to you soon. It says, hey, Tag, send me an email and I'll work out coming out to the next get together and cook for everyone. It's my wheelhouse. Yeah, Bodie, we would love that. I'm not sure if I have your email or if I don't. Mine's tagandbe@lifedonefree.com. I'll go back through my email and see if I have yours. And if I don't, I think we've talked before, so I think I have it somewhere. But anyway, I'm not sure. But yeah, let's do that. Sherry says, hello from Midway, Kentucky. I love listening to y'all, praying for Danny as well. Well, Sherry, thanks for coming. And I'm going to be in Tennessee soon.
Yep,
kind of out in your neck of the woods. Honey Hollow Homesteads, right now I am busy taking care of a very sick goat. Yeah, that's too bad. I think I seen that on your videos. I hope that he or she recovers. T-Paw, see, it says message restricted. I'm not sure what that means, but Grumpy Acres says Mandy Garrett dynamic. Yep. Technology causes, J&L says, technology causes those message retractions. We type stuff and our crazy phones post what it wants to, making us sound silly, so we remove it. Oh, thank you. I'm kind of a, who's doing what? They don't like that comment. They don't want you and me talking, kind of guy. So I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know. Packrat says, I was going to ask about making fermented cabbage that you like with your brat, but I'll hit search and saw B did one 4 days ago. Thanks. That will spool tonight. Ferments are so healthy. Yeah. And guys, I love sauerkraut. I don't know if it's because I'm a kraut, but I had we talked when she was making sauerkraut about an old friend that we had. His name, I won't tell you his name, but anyway, he was a German butcher that came over here from Germany in 1971. And that guy, oh my God, could he cook? He would feed me like cabbage rolls and, beef roulades and, and all that good kind of stuff. And thanks, G. That's even. I called them in one of their videos, so they're paying me back. I thought I had it on silent, but apparently it's hooked to my computer. But anyway, I love me some sauerkraut and beef roulades and cabbage rolls, and that is just excellent, excellent food. Mandy Garrett says, oh, wow, we have tons of rocks on our property. Thank you. Yeah, what a great building.
What a blessing.
What a blessing. Man, I'd be piling them up, and I would be using them for something. And any rocks that you don't want, I will take them all.
Build your house on rock.
That's right. Teepaw says, yep, it's Dixie Alley now. Comes right through the South Carolina mountains. Be safe, and I'll have those recipes out to Grumpy Acres. I'm close to Billy and Jestro, North Carolina. Yep. Speaking of the September-October festival, okay to bring a generator. The sites don't have power, right? Yeah, so I'm assuming what you're talking about, Jonathan, is the Midwest Preparedness Festival. And yeah, there's no electricity out there. You want electricity, you better bring a generator. There's a bunch of them out there. So, yep, absolutely bring it. And guys, it's a big open setting. There's not like specific campsites. It's a big open setting with a locked gate. You'll come in.
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve.
You want a good spot, get there early.
Yep, but there'll be plenty of people there. And guys,
they're all good spots. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that you're going to get a crappy spot. You can't go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I want to say it again. So I will be out at the Midwest Preparedness Festival on Thursday and Friday, and then I leave for Tennessee. I'm going to speak at the Self-Reliance Festival on Saturday. So I'll only be there Thursday and Friday, just so I tell everybody. Honey Hollow says, technology is wonderful when it works. Boy, ain't that the truth. Yep, and Jasper Mom says, autocorrect's not your friend. Tiny Farm Nuggets. Howdy, formerly Butt Nuggets Homestead here. Oh, yeah, how are you? Yeah, why'd you change the name? I liked Butt Nuggets, or did, the Nazis get to you? Deborah Jones says, I don't have a single rock and wish I did. Yeah, Deborah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. We spent, when building the pond, we probably spent an extra $2,000 or $3,000 digging out extra rocks. Probably,
I
right?
got in trouble.
Yeah, well, because it got excessive after a while. She's like, no, I mean, it'd be a rock this big in the bottom. And she's like, no. Take your, $300,000 track hoe, and will you please give me that little rock?
If you could stack them all up, they just like pennies, they add up.
Urban White Buffalo Farm. Hey, y'all, I just caught your show about a half an hour ago. Great, clean, fun adult conversation. Thank you. Yeah, Urban White Buffalo, I have not heard from you in a while. I'm super glad to see you. Teepaw says, have a blessed and safe night. Prayers for y'all. Yep, Teepaw, have a good night. Arthur says, save the rocks. I actually trained in some stonemasonry just because log cabins need stone chimneys. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know if you guys, this isn't exactly the same, Arthur, but if you guys have seen pictures of our house when we do the drive-bys and all that, our fireplace, the rock on the outside of it, Bethany laid every bit of it. I didn't lay a single piece of it. I built her scaffolding and told her I'd see her at the end of the day. So it was really, really pretty cool. Jasper Mom says she's planning on getting there Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, we'll be out there as much as we can. I just won't be there on Saturday. And it's kind of unfortunate because Saturday is when really where most of the, I don't say most of the fun, but where all the classes or a lot of the classes are and those kind of things. But you'll have a great time. And I'm going to tell you, you'll be amongst great people. And when I meet you out there, we'll come visit and, I'll point out some really good resources if you need something who to talk to and all that stuff. We'll get you set up really good, Jasper Mom. Honey Hollow says they have gorgeous rocks in Kentucky. Yep, you bet. Patty says, got to go put up the animals. Good night, tag, and be great conversation. Yep. Thanks, Patty. Safe travels.
Down the hill, back up again.
Yep. Uncle Bodie says, good night and peace be with you. Back at you, buddy. Arthur says, Leslie, you said my dream words, log cabin. I so want a tiny house log cabin. Yeah, I don't blame you a bit. Not a bit. Yeah, I kind of like to build some of that stuff too. One of these days I'll get some free time where I can play with some of that stuff. Yeah, hey, Jane L. Caldhill and Honey Hollow, you guys need to hook up if you guys are both in Kentucky, right? Maybe share some knowledge. Before I go, hit that like button, folks. Hey, thank you, Teepaw. I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, guys, it's getting late. We've been at this for an hour and 38 minutes. And so I guess I'm not going to get to all my comments or my questions on all of the channels, but it's okay. We only got to one. It's fine. Hey, just a couple notes kind of, before we go, guys, is that, I really appreciate you guys coming, and I really appreciate you guys being involved and giving me tips. I've learned a ton from this YouTube channel, from just you guys, telling me, how to do things and how to live a little bit freer. And so, I consider you, all of you guys, my friends, and I'm excited about what this journey holds for us going forward, and hearing from all of you guys and the journeys that you guys are in. And if you're in Tennessee, when I'm out there, come up and see me. I'd love to chit chat. If you come to Kansas for the Midwest Preparedness Festival, come find me. Again, I would love to chit chat. And so I guess, and B, you have been awful quiet during all of this, but what do you want? You got anything you want to say, before we
get
on to the next adventure?
No, I like all the encouragement.
Mm-hmm. Dude, this is so unfair.
I like all the encouragement for the jalapeno.
So not fair.
No,
So not fair.
They definitely keep us on our feet.
Yeah. Yep. I take the positive feedback really, really well. You know, we are not experts in anything, but we are giving it hell. And you know, I'm committed to go live free, and I'm going to continue to challenge the system every single day. And guys, I meant what I said earlier. I went galt, and I'm going to continue to go galt. I'm taking my productivity elsewhere, and I encourage you guys to do the exact same thing. So let me see if there's any last ones in here that we should talk about, and then we're going to get on it. Jane L. Caldhill, you bet. I'm happy to share, and we're going to maybe try to do a live every couple of weeks. Let me see. Jasper Mom, yep. Jasper saying bedtime anyway. Yep. Warren County, look forward to that wall of peony video. Oh my goodness.
The wall of peonies. I would love a wall of peonies also. That would be beautiful. Plus peonies you could use, you know, for skincare products.
Oh.
And they smell great.
Yeah, Pack Rat, we will see you again, and I hope our paths cross for sure. Glenn says, thank you, Tag and B. Been awesome catching up. Yep, you bet. Yep, thank you, Mandy. You inspire me as well. It's been great listening. Dehydrated peppers while I listened. Oh, see, I do that all the time. I tell people that all the time. I like longer videos because I can just put it on and go to work.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll absolutely have a great evening. And the I am of me. The I am of me. I love that name. Go live a little bit freer today than you did yesterday. Hold the line.
Don't give an inch.
All right. She got it.
Be out.
Yeah. Yep. Be out. We'll see you guys.
Freebie.
Yeah. Bye.